What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Barbells and Bangers. I would like to let you guys know to check out Wellbeing Brewing. If you don't drink alcohol, or maybe you just want an alternative that's alcohol free, especially for the summertime, you can check out Wellbeing Brewing. They make non-alcoholic beer, so they have different styles of non-alcoholic beer. They have IPAs. This one is a wheat beer. It kind of tastes like Blue Moon. So they have all kinds of different styles. So check it out, wellbeingbrewing.com. And then if you use my code BREEBREE, then you will get 10% off as long as the order is more than $10. So check it out. And thank you, because anytime that you order out there, it helps me out just a little bit, not much, but it adds up, it adds up, and I appreciate it. But anyways, I have hair in my mouth. Yeah. So I have a few different things I wanted to talk about today. I don't know. I mean, this is my second podcast today. So I just did my MMA podcast earlier, and I did something different this time. So normally what I do is I record both podcasts and then I edit both of them at night. But this time I edited the MMA one first, and then now I'm recording this one. So this one doesn't require as much editing. So pretty much once I'm done with this, then I just do the little amount of editing that it needs, and then post it. And then tomorrow I don't have to do anything. So that's great. But yeah, I'm trying to get faster, more efficient with just creating content and podcasts. I don't really do a lot of one-off content anymore. I pretty much just do the podcast and then I chop it up and post the clips. It's just way more efficient for me to do it that way, because I feel like when I'm always making one-off videos, it's just I don't know. I just don't like doing it. I like long-form content so much better. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know, I've been trying to optimize things, and I'm just trying to evolve and learn as much as I can. I just think that's important to always try to find better, more efficient ways to do things, work smarter, not harder. And also just, I don't know, learning new things and trying to get better at whatever it is that you're doing. So yeah, but I do want to talk about some fitness stuff, because I don't know, lately I just haven't, I don't know, I've been having a little bit of trouble in the gym. I'm not injured or anything, and I'm not there's not a particular issue, I don't know. I mean, I'm having pain in my knee. So that's one thing I've been dealing with. And I have lupus. In case this is your first time watching this, I have lupus. So I get joint pain pretty much all the time. And it makes me have fatigue, whatever. But yeah, so I've been having knee pain. So, and it's getting better. It was a lot worse. So it's getting better, so that's good. But I've been going really easy on it. So, and it's not so bad to the point where I can't walk on it, or that I still have full mobility. But it's just been bugging me. And I've had knee pain literally since I was 10 years old. I'm not even kidding. I've always had problems with my left knee. So it's just something that I pretty much dealt with for a long time. And it's just it kind of comes and goes. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what triggers it, or if it's because of lupus. I don't know. It's weird. But there was a period of time where I didn't have any knee pain at one point. And then Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so I haven't been doing any heavy squats or anything because the last time that I did, I noticed it made it worse. So I was like, and I wasn't even going that heavy. I was doing like my normal, I think it was like 125 pounds or something like that, like nothing crazy. Or no, it wasn't even that much. It was like 115 pounds that I was squatting. It wasn't even that much. And I was like in a lot of pain after that. And I was like, I mean, I've been in way worse pain. So it's like, I feel like I'm exaggerating maybe a little bit. But I was like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't do any more squats. So I didn't do any more. I've been doing split squats, and those definitely feel a lot better because I'm not using hardly any weight. I'm using like 15-pound dumbbells. And then I'm also doing goblet squats, and I'm using like a 25-pound or 30-pound dumbbell and just holding it with both hands. And those seem to be good. So those I can do just fine without any pain. So I think it's just I need to take a break from doing like heavy squats, which sucks because I love doing like heavy stuff. So I don't know. I think I'm going to take a break from doing hip thrusts too until I know my knee is better. Because I'm like afraid I'm going to like make it worse. And it's not even injured because I didn't hurt it. I didn't do anything to injure my knee. But it's this like recurring thing that I have. And I've also been doing ice bath too. So I've been doing it pretty much almost every day. I didn't do it today. I should have. It's just a pain in the ass, like going to get the ice. I'm like, I don't feel like getting ice. I wish I had like a freezer in my house that like I dedicated just to like ice for my ice bath. That'd be perfect. Because then I wouldn't have to keep going to the store and getting ice. And the store is like so close to me too. It's not even that far. And there's a gas station too, but the gas station, the ice is way more expensive. It's like $3 more. I get like a 20-pound bag of ice and I put it in my tub. And it gets really cold. I don't even know what temperature it gets, but it gets really cold. I love it. It feels so good. And like when you first get in, you like, oh, it feels horrible. Like you want to get out. But then once you're in there for like a few minutes, I feel like it feels good. Like you don't want to get out. Like once I'm in there for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, then I'm at the point where I could probably just stay in there for like 10 minutes. And sometimes I do stay in there for 10 minutes. I usually do at least 5. Sometimes I'll do 3 if I haven't done it in a while. But lately I've been doing 5 to 10 minutes. And I've been using the 20-pound ice bag. And I do mine inside. So you might need more ice if you do it outside. But I do it inside. So, yep. But I like doing ice bath. I think it helps me reduce inflammation because after I do it, I usually feel a lot better. Like I did it before the fight started yesterday because I wanted to really be focused watching the fights. And I really was. Like I felt like I could concentrate so much better on the fights. I wasn't like getting on my phone every few minutes. Like, I don't know. I guess it's because of the dopamine. Because when you get in the ice bath, it does something to your dopamine, like increases your dopamine for like a few hours or something like that, or like several hours. So I'm not a scientist, so like don't quote me on that, but I think that's kind of how it works. Go watch Andrew Huberman talk about ice bath. He's more knowledgeable than I am. Or Dr. Andy Galpin. He's pretty good with the ice bath stuff too. But anyways, yeah, so my training's been like kind of crappy lately. I'm trying to find ways to like work around it. Also I went to the Church of Jamie recently cuz Ashley Pryor was doing a yoga class and I had never noticed that they ever did yoga classes there, but I was like, "Oh, I'll go. I need to stretch." So I'm like, I'll just go do that because I wanted to go there and try their kickboxing or boxing classes, but I I was kind of worried with my knee. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to start that right now until I know my knee is 100% better. So I was so glad that she had like something easy I could do just so I could at least go and like see the gym and like check it out. But yeah, so I went to her yoga class and it felt so good. Just like stretching everything out. And I need to do that more because I used to do that all the time. And yeah, I feel like it definitely helps like having other people to do it with because you're like more motivated to do it. Whereas when you're by yourself, you kind of get a little lazy sometimes. Like I always get lazy when I'm by myself. But I used to like stretch for like 30 minutes after every workout and it felt so good. And I would foam roll and do my Theragun and everything. It felt so good. I need to do that more. But yeah, it's time consuming. So I need to like listen to a podcast or audiobook while I stretch, I think. I think that would be good because then I could learn something while I'm stretching. So I'm kind of like being more productive, I guess. I always like to find like things that I can do while I'm doing something mindless, like stretching. Like I don't really have to think about stretching. You just do it and then you throw your headphones on, turn on an audiobook or a podcast, and then you're learning something too. Like maybe it's getting you more motivated, or maybe it's getting you thinking, and then when you're done with your workout, like that would be a good way to like start off the day. Is just like go for a walk and then like stretch out and listen to a podcast or audiobook. Like that would be a great way to start the day. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, because then I'll probably feel way better. I don't know. But I love going for a walk in the morning. That's like my favorite thing. Like right when the sun comes up, that's like the best time. It's the best. But yeah, so another thing I wanted to talk about was this new app called Threads. I wanted to tell you about it because I am on Threads and that's where I'm talking about MMA stuff. So like if you guys want to like talk to me, converse about things, like that's probably the best place to do that. Instead of, sliding in my DMs 3,000 times. But I'm just joking. But yeah, I would follow me on there. I don't know if I like this app yet. I really don't. I haven't decided yet. But I do like it for like talking about MMA because I just don't know. I don't get Twitter. Like I've tried it. Like I used to have Twitter when I was in high school and I feel like I understood it way better back then. But like I just am so out of touch with Twitter that I don't use it. Like I started a new account and I haven't done hardly anything with it. So maybe just follow me on Threads. I don't know if I'm really going to do much with Twitter. Because the whole reason I got off of Twitter was because it was so toxic. Like it was so toxic. So I got off of it. And I feel like Threads isn't as toxic. I feel like it will get to that point. But right now it's not. So I feel like I'm enjoying it right now. And then once, all the toxic people come on it, and then I'll be like, oh, God. So, I don't know. But find me on Threads if you want to talk about MMA. I'm going to get on Threads right now and see what's going on in the world. I don't understand. Okay, so I'm scrolling through my Threads timeline. Who are these people? Why are they in my timeline? It's nobody that I follow on here. And I don't know who these people are. So like, why am I not seeing posts from people I follow? I don't know. I'm confused. I also don't like that you can't search, like, for a hashtag or something. Like, there's no hashtags. Like, you can put a hashtag, but it's not going to do anything because you can't search for anything. So there's no point. So that's kind of dumb. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe hashtags are bad. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, I just found something hilarious. So this is what Bethany Frankel just posted on Threads. She said, "This may be our first fight, and if so, I'm sorry. So I love seeing all the photos, but what if I'm not that interested in seeing Barbie come to life? There is no way she is going to be the blonde bimbo doll that I grew up with, and now she is all PC. It's gonna be like seeing Fonzie wear a kilt." What? Oh my god. Well, first of all, yeah, we're fighting, Bethany, because I'm so excited for this Barbie movie. Guys, you have no idea. When does it come out? Guys, I love Barbie. Like, I'm a tomboy. Like, I also used to play with, like, rescue heroes and stuff. But, like, I loved Barbies. And I loved, like, the Barbie movies and, like, just everything Barbie. Just, like, Barbie as, like, a character. Yeah, I was obsessed. When does it come out? Oh, July 21st, 2023. So that's in like 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, this movie cost $100 million to make. Is that a lot? I don't know how much it costs to make a movie. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. That just seems like a lot. Am I wrong? Okay, I need to read, like, who's in this movie? I know Ryan Gosling and I know Margot Robbie's in this movie, but, like, who else? I'm gonna see. Will Ferrell's in this movie? Michael Cera? Kate McKinnon? America Ferrera? Issa Rae? Wait a second. I didn't know all these people were in this movie. I don't pay attention to pop culture that much. John Cena, isn't it? Oh my gosh. A Mattel executive is in this movie? Or he plays a Mattel executive. I don't know. That is hilarious. I can't believe Michael Cera is in this movie. I have to go watch it in theaters. Yeah, definitely. I will absolutely go watch this movie in theaters for sure. I'll go by myself if I have to, if nobody wants to go watch it. I don't care. I mean, I'll probably find people to watch it with, but if I can't, I'll just go by myself. I'm obsessed with Barbie. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the pictures of the movie, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Guys, remember, I was Barbie for Halloween. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Guys, like, you don't understand. I went through some phases where I was, like, really obsessed with Barbie. I used to be really obsessed with Pokemon, too. Yeah. Fun times. Oh, I watched UFC this weekend. If you guys aren't following my other podcast, if you like MMA, that's all I talk about on the other podcast. So, just saying. Bree Talks MMA. That's the name of the other podcast. But yeah, I watched UFC 290. Oh my gosh. I accidentally clicked on my video. I was trying to find the name of the video so you guys can find it. If my Instagram will load. I hate Instagram lately. It's been acting weird. Okay, here we go. So this episode was the UFC 290 recap. If you just search Bree Talks MMA UFC 290 recap, then you'll find it. It's not on... Let me see if it's done uploading on YouTube. I don't think so. Whoopsies. Yeah, it's only 55% uploaded, so it's probably going to be a minute before it's on YouTube. But it's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now. So check it out because that was a big UFC card. So definitely check out that episode. If you don't listen to the other ones, I'm not offended. But I feel like that was a big UFC pay-per-view card. That was one of the best pay-per-view cards I've seen in a while. Oh, I had a question. I don't know. I was confused. I thought some of these questions were for my MMA podcast, but they were actually for this one. And I answered them on my MMA podcast, so sorry about that. But maybe it'll encourage people to listen to my MMA podcast. Okay. Where are the questions? I'm so bad with technology. I say that in every episode. I just need you guys to know that because I struggle. I need help. Where in the heck? Oh, here they are. Oh no, it deleted them because it's been... dang it. It's been too long. Shoot. I didn't know it was going to delete them. Dang, let me see if I can scroll down and find them. No! No! They're gone forever. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I can't find my questions. I answered like all but one of them on the other podcast. But the other question I think was something like, I read it. I don't remember exactly how they worded it, but it was like, what do you think of the pay-per-view last night? I personally think this was the best pay-per-view of the year or something. I don't know what they said exactly, but something like that. Yeah, I definitely think this was the best pay-per-view card of the year so far. Yeah. I could get on board with that. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm, like, adjusting my microphone because I'm, like... I was in a very awkward position there for a second, sitting on my... sitting in my chair. Okay. Anyways... I'm gonna do something a little different. So... Oh, no, I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm trying to get on Spotify, but I deleted the app because it was taking up space on my hard drive. I was trying to clear up some hard drive space, guys. Oh, I'm still logged in. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through... This is going to be really embarrassing. I'm going to go through my top 100 Spotify songs. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? I'm gonna like make my guests do this too, I think. I'm gonna snoop their, maybe not on the first episode, but maybe like our second episode or third episode with a guest. Or maybe on the first one, I don't know, depends on who it is. I always like to see what music people listen to. It makes me, I feel like I can learn a lot about someone by looking at what music they listen to. It's kind of interesting. Where is my freaking top 100? I just found it the other day, but I was on my phone, not on my computer. Meh. I feel like I am struggling right now with Spotify. I might just do it on my phone. Screw it, I'm doing it on my phone, guys. I can't figure it out. I need some drink. Gotta stay hydrated. It's hot outside. Okay, I'm gonna find it now. I swear I just clicked on it like the other day. But, you know. Made for you. Maybe this is where I found it. Okay, we're just going to do my Spotify on repeat. How about that? That's actually probably way more manageable because the other one has 100 songs, and I would be talking about my Spotify for like an hour. And I can't find it. So technology is always holding me back. Okay, so let's take a look at my on repeat. So the first song is 93 Till Infinity by Souls of Mischief. Yeah, I listen to that song every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Yeah, I love that song. Acid Raindrops by People Under the Stairs. I listen to that song every day, usually in the morning. That's like the song I use to like get my mind right. Yeah, if you haven't listened to People Under the Stairs, oh my god. And both, so the first two songs that I mentioned, that's like 90s hip hop. So if you like that kind of music, check it out. Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel. Oh, that's a good song. I listen to that song usually every day too. It's just such a vibe. It's like a 70s song. I think that's from the 70s. And then Long Cool Woman by the Hollies. That's another 70s song. I like 70s music and 90s music a lot. I like the odd decades. Because I like 50s music too. Yeah. And then Preservation by Wu-Tang Clan. That song is like, that song always gets me hyped up. I like to listen to that song in the gym. Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf. That song is just, yeah, that's a vibe. That's another 70s song. I love that era of music, like rock. And then after that was Grown Up by Danny Brown. Yeah, I like hip hop a lot. That's like newer hip hop, but still hip hop. I think that song is, I don't know. That song just feels like nostalgic, I guess. I really like that. Passing Me By The Far Side. The Far Side is one of my favorite hip hop groups from the 90s. They're one of my favorites. I love listening to them. Peace Frog by The Doors. I love The Doors. Oh my god. I used to listen to The Doors album like every single day in my car. I love The Doors. When the Shit Goes Down by Cypress Hill. That's a classic. That's a classic song. Everybody likes that song. Aerials by System of a Down. Yeah. Yeah, I like that song. Go Mode featuring... Oh, nope. I accidentally started playing music and they're going to copyright me. Because 5 seconds of Creedence Clearwater Revival played on my podcast. No, hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. I might just cut that out. How far are we in here? Okay, 30 minutes in. I need to remind myself to cut out whenever I accidentally played Creedence Clearwater Revival on my podcast. Anyways, I turned my volume down now, so if I accidentally click on a song, then at least it won't start playing. Yeah, Go Mode featuring Rick Ross by Ace Hood. That's a great song. That's a great gym song, like workout song. Run Through the Jungle by Creedence Clearwater Revival. CCR is something I listen to every single day, multiple times a day. Morning, night. I listen to CCR all the time. CCR is one of my favorite bands ever. Okay, 46 and 2 by Tool. Yeah, that's a banger. That is a certified banger. That song is so good. Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. That song makes me think of Dazed and Confused every time I hear it, because Dazed and Confused is like one of my favorite movies. Not one of my favorite movies like ever, but like it's like maybe like top 50 like of my favorite movies. White House Road by Tyler Childers. Yeah, I listen to that song maybe not every day, but most days. Most days I listen to that song. I listen to music a lot, guys. Like I always have music playing when I'm doing stuff. Change in the House of Flies by Deftones. Classic. That's such a good song. Oh my god, I love that song. The Deftones, like, not the Deftones. They're called just Deftones. They're not called the Deftones. I don't know why I said that. Because it drives me crazy when people say that, and I just did it. Okay, so Deftones, they're like an interesting genre to me, and like I don't know anything about like music, like technical stuff. I just listen to it and I play it, and like I play pretty much by ear. I mean, I know chords and stuff, but like I don't know technical stuff with music as much. So I don't know. There's like a lot of music snob. That's why I don't really like get too involved with music, because like there's a lot of music snobs out there, and it's like, dude, like I just like music. I like simple music too. Like I don't need it to be super, super technical. I like good songwriting more than I like technical music, and I think that's the difference between me and a lot of other musicians. Because I'm like, yeah, I focus more on like the songwriting aspect when I listen to music and when I play music. So that's my thing. But anyways, like Zach Bryan, for example. Zach Bryan to me is an example of an artist that's like focused more on songwriting than being like super technical. And it's amazing. His music is so good. By the way, I think Zach Bryan is way better than Morgan Wallen. Sorry. I think I've said this before on this podcast. So I won't beat it into the ground, because Morgan Wallen was just here, so that's why I was wanting to say that, because it's funny. And I know a lot of people I know like Morgan Wallen, so I'm sorry. I don't like him. No. I don't like his music. I didn't like him even before all the controversy or whatever. Like, I just don't like his music. I don't think it's bad. It's not bad. Like, he has a couple good songs, but like, I just don't get what's so special about it. I really don't. I think it sounds like every other, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I'm like talking trash about Morgan Wallen, but yeah, not for me. Not my cup of tea at all. I'm more of a Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, Zach Bryan kind of person. So Coulter Wall is another one. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I like. Okay, the next song is Come On Mess Me Up by Cub Sport. That's a really good song. That's like more of like an indie song, like an indie vibe. Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. Oh my god. That song reminds me of Grand Theft Auto. Cause that song is on the Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack. Eulogy by Tool. That's a banger. I used to blast that song in my car. Thought it was so cool. James Dean by Tosh Sultana. I've talked about Tosh Sultana so many times and I'm obsessed with her. Her music is so good. And she like, I don't know, she's a really good songwriter, but she's also pretty technical too. Like her music is really well done, I will say. The Joker by Steve Miller Band. Okay, these songs I don't really listen to as often. Man in the Box by Alice in Chains. Yeah, I listen to that song once in a while. Above the Clouds by Gangstar. Flute Loop by Beastie Boys. Rookies of the Future by The Alchemist featuring Riff Raff. Oh my god, Riff Raff. Sone by Rammstein. Hold On, I'm Coming by Sam and Dave. That's a great song. Jungle by Tosh Sultana. So that's my on repeat playlist. So those are songs that I listen to over and over and over again. What's this time capsule thing? What is this? Oh, I guess they take songs I used to listen to and put them in a playlist. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm surprised there weren't any NF songs on there because I feel like I listen to NF on repeat all the time. Like I listen to NF every single day. I don't know. My friend was supposed to send me some topics for my episode and they never did. I need help. I feel like I don't know. I guess I could talk about UFC 290. I mean, I talked about it on my MMA podcast already, but there were some other things that I wanted to kind of like reassess maybe. I keep seeing people say that they don't want the Brandon Moreno Pantoja rematch. And I'm like, why not? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it was such a close fight. I don't know. I mean, I think Pantoja won, but I mean, Brandon Royval has lost to both of them, so how is... I don't know. I don't know. I just don't get it. I think Brandon Moreno should get the rematch. I think that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he would win the rematch, but I think he should get it. I just don't see why not. I think don't know who's in the rankings at flyweight. They still have Brandon Moreno listed on as champion on the UFC website. He's not champion anymore. I mean, obviously, he's not going to fight Figueiredo again. So maybe Royval and Figueiredo fight for a title eliminator. And Moreno and Pantoja fight again in a rematch. Or you could do Royval versus Albazi. Actually, I think I like that idea better. Albazi versus Royval. But then the thing is like, I don't know, Cara France kind of won that fight, so it's feels kind of weird putting Albazi in a title eliminator. But on paper, he has the win, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think Royval should do like some type of title eliminator fight before. Because if it wasn't a close fight, I'd be like, yeah, no. Fight a new contender. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see how Aljamain versus O'Malley plays out. That'll be interesting. I think O'Malley is going to knock him out, but I don't know. I don't know why I think that, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, in theory, Aljamain should wrestle the living crap out of O'Malley and beat him easily. But for some reason, I think O'Malley is going to knock him out. I really do. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know, another fight that I'm excited for is Rob Font versus Song Yadong. So, talking about bantamweight. Bantamweight is a fun division. And I said in my other podcast, I think Volkanovski is going to move to 155 and rematch Makhachev, and I think he's going to do that this year. And I think he's going to do that before any possible fight with Topuria. Sorry, I was out of breath. Guys, I've been talking all day. It's exhausting. I really don't know what Aljamain would do. Let's say he beats O'Malley. Then it's like, who does he fight? Because he said he's not going to fight Merab because they're training partners. They're friends. Like, I don't know. It sucks, though, because that would be such a good fight. Because they're both such good grapplers. Like, that's like, yeah. That would be such a good fight. But didn't Francis and Cyril Gane used to train together? Like, sometimes training partners end up, going their separate ways and fighting each other. It happens. I don't know. That would be the best. God, that would be such a good fight. But we probably won't see it, sadly. I heard Jared Cannonier is supposed to fight Hamzat in UFC 294. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. Somebody leaked it or something that's his new opponent. I don't know if it's been confirmed though. But that's what I heard through the grapevine is that, Hamzat Chimaev is potentially going to fight Jared Cannonier. I like Cannonier in that fight, but I think the thing is Hamzat's wrestling is so good. But out of everybody in that division, I think that might be like one of the worst matchups for Hamzat. Honestly, like, I don't know, because Cannonier has a lot of power. He doesn't have like one punch knockout power necessarily at middleweight, but he's gonna hurt you. If he hits you, he's gonna hurt you. The thing is like, in the Vettori fight, Vettori has such a indestructible chin. Like, Vettori is indestructible. I'm convinced. He's indestructible, so it's hard to really judge off that fight, but let's see, when's the last time Hamzat fought? It's been a while. It wasn't Gilbert Burns. Was that the last fight? No, it was Kevin Holland, and he submitted him with a Darce choke in round 1. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because Cannonier actually has decent wrestling too. I don't know. I don't think that's an easy fight for Hamzat. I mean, Hamzat, you expect him to dominate anybody that he faces, but I don't know if that's the case with Cannonier. He might beat Cannonier, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I mean, look how he did with Gilbert Burns. It was hard for him to beat Gilbert Burns. So, yeah. Also, I saw Rose Namajunas is moving up to flyweight, women's flyweight. And she's fighting Fierro. And I don't remember when that is. I'm going to look it up right now. Oh my gosh, I'm sleepy. Saturday, September 2nd. That'll be really interesting because I've been wondering if Rose would ever move up to 125. She's not huge and she really doesn't cut that much weight going down to strawweight, but it's like, I don't know, maybe she's bulking up a little bit. Maybe she's doesn't want to cut any weight. I don't know. I don't know what's motivating her to move up. I'll have to see if there's any interviews that she's done lately and kind of look into that more. Because that's going to be interesting. She's never competed at flyweight, I don't think. And Fierro is pretty big. She's 5'6", and she's muscular, and yeah. I don't know. That'll be interesting for sure. Will be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to try to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm just going to try like not to do anything super heavy and just see how I do and see if I maybe recover better. Maybe just go lighter on the weights. Because I feel like if I can maybe just do a few weeks where I'm going lighter, then I might be able to recover faster. So, I don't know. That's my theory. Like, still do something, but just don't go crazy. Because I feel like all my workouts have been really intense for like the past several months. So maybe I need to chill for a second and just do, just do something a little bit easier. I like to push myself, though. That's my problem. I'm always trying to push myself. In everything. Not even just in the gym. In everything. But, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about, so I thought I had way more to talk about today, but I don't think I do, because I already talked about all the MMA stuff on my other podcast and talked about some of it on here. So, and I just wanted to update everybody on like my workouts and what I'm doing, all that stuff. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm trying to think of like how I want to set up these solo episodes, because I think I want to like kind of create like different segments on my solo episodes of like things like that I talk about, and I don't know, I just might want to have a little bit more fun with it and like think of different things. But I will be having some more guests on. I have a few guests that I need to schedule, but that I do have confirmed that want to do it. So yeah, so I will have more guests on soon. And if you know anybody that would be good for this, ideally I would like it to be somebody where I can go on their page and like look at their content. Because if it's somebody like I can't even like see what they look like or like see how they talk, like it's kind of hard for me to determine if like I should have them on. So if they have content or like a video, that's ideal. But yeah, send me, like somebody sent me my last guest, Sam Primo. If you haven't watched that episode was amazing. Sam is an inspiration. That kid is awesome. He was in a motorcycle accident when he was 17 and he was paralyzed, and now he's like crushing it in the gym. He's like kind of getting more mobility, like getting closer to the point where maybe he could walk again, like in the future. So it's really exciting to just kind of see his journey, but check that episode out if you haven't already. But yeah, somebody, I don't even remember who it was, but somebody sent him to me and was like, hey, you should have him on your podcast. And I was like, oh, cool. And I kind of forgot about it. And then he commented on one of my posts and I was like, oh, you're that guy I was supposed to have on my podcast. So, yeah, but like he already had content on his page, so I could just go to his page and see what he was doing and see what he was all about. So it made it way easier instead of having to ask like 10,000 questions. So I was watching the Sean Strickland episode of Rogan and oh my God. So at first, like, I feel like him and Joe were like laughing and like, I don't know, it's kind of fun. And then like Joe like turned into like his dad almost. It was kind of funny. He's like, you shouldn't do that, Sean. He was like really like challenging Sean. And I don't know, I kind of like that Joe did that because he was kind of pushing him a little bit like, hey, Sean, maybe you shouldn't, think like that, or maybe you should change your perspective on this, or like, I don't know. I think Joe is like probably a good role model for Sean because a lot of people hate on Joe, and like I get it because like sometimes he has controversial people on his podcast, or like, maybe he says things that if you take a clip of it out of context might sound bad, but if you listen to the whole thing, it's like, okay, really not that bad. I don't know. I feel like everybody's just always gonna go after that guy for whatever reason. I've been a fan of Joe for a long time. Like I started listening to Joe when I was like 10, not even joking. I used to listen to Joe Rogan's stand up like on the bus, like when I was literally in like 3rd and 4th grade. So, yeah, I've been a fan for a long time. So it's like, the thing about Joe is that he's just seems like a good person, like somebody who he's been through a lot in his life, but he carries himself in a way that's like he's respectful to other people, he's respectful to women, he doesn't go around cheating on his wife, and like, how like some guys like they're married but like they'll say stuff about other women and stuff like that, and they'll just like kind of act a little unfaithful, I guess you could say. And it just seems like he has good morals, but he's also like not judgmental of people who choose to live their life in a certain way. So those are just some things that I like about Joe. I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't agree with all his points of view, but a lot of times the things that he says are actually pretty logical. So I don't know. I've always been a big fan, and that's definitely been an influence, like me wanting to like start podcasts and stuff like that. So he'll always be like a big influence to me. So yeah, it sucks like seeing people try to like cancel him all the time. 'Cause it's like, yeah, that's somebody that like I've looked up to for a long time, and not that he's perfect, because I don't think you should really like look up to anybody and mimic every single thing that they do, because like I feel like it's always a mistake doing that. But you should take bits and pieces of like things you like about what they do and use it as motivation or inspiration for what you want to do. Like David Goggins is another example. I have his book right here, but David Goggins, like, yeah, I'm not going to live my life like David Goggins. That'd be crazy. But a lot of the things that he talks about are really good lessons and things to motivate me, and like the battles that he's been through, and like literally battles when he was a Navy SEAL, the things that he's been through, it kind of reminds you like, okay, it could definitely be worse. Like there's somebody out there dealing with something way worse than me, and they're handling it better than I am. So it kind of pushes you to, not make as many excuses and things like that. So I don't know, and I'm kind of ranting at this point, but yeah, but I listened to the Joe Rogan episode of or the Sean Strickland episode of Joe Rogan, and yeah, Joe definitely challenged him. I don't know if Joe likes him like 100%. I think there were a lot of things that Sean said that really bothered Joe and were like concerning to Joe. Like he looked kind of concerned about Sean at one point. I think he like kind of hinted at like maybe you should go to therapy, kind of, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. It seems like Sean has a lot of trauma that he has not dealt with, and I think that's probably like a part of, he said he gets angry a lot, and like that's why martial arts has been so good for him, which I think is good. I think it's good that he has an outlet for his issues. It's like sparring is like his therapy, which isn't really a healthy form of therapy, but I guess it's better than nothing. Yeah, I think some people really could benefit from therapy, or at least for Sean, he's self-aware. I think that's a good quality to have, to be self-aware and realize. And it was funny, like even towards the end of the episode, he was like, yeah, maybe I am just, kind of an ass. It's just funny. But I'm glad Joe pushed back on him. I'm glad he did that, because yeah, maybe he needed it, because everybody kind of just like laughs at him, like, supports it or whatever, but nobody's really like challenging him. So I was glad to see. Well, Bruce Buffer said something, but Bruce Buffer said it in a way different way than Joe. Like Joe was at least like not being judgmental of him. Like he's like, yeah, I understand you, because like we've been through some similar things in life, and I understand like why you are the way you are. But Bruce Buffer said something like, you should act with class or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, who cares? I mean, he's just being himself. So the thing is like, he's a fighter, who else should act with class is Conor McGregor in, well, I mean, some people will probably argue Izzy after last night. I don't know. That was just weird. That whole interaction with Izzy and Duplessis was so bizarre in the cage. So weird. But anyways, yeah, I am done here. I am ready for bed. So, thank you guys for tuning in again this week. I will hopefully have a guest on next week, but I have a lot going on, so I don't know. I'm going to try to make it happen. We'll see how schedules work out. But if not, we'll be back with another solo episode. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next week. Bye.